and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue or call us at 980-223-2957. NC Auto Repair. And remember, if you want to go far, you've got to service that car.
Oh, shoot. Love you guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, LKN. Oh, got a rough start on this Monday morning, Bill. Good morning, LKN. It is 7:06. Mamie Lee here with Skylar Shock, my gorgeous co-host today. Justin is out. He's on vacation all week. That's right, the entire week. It is Girls' Day in the studio.
Woo!
Thanks, Skylar, for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be here.
I'm so excited to have you in the studio. So Skylar and I met, gosh, just a few months ago, not even that long ago. But Skylar is a stand-up comedian. She is an actress, a producer, fresh from LA, gracing us with her presence today. Well, actually, fresh from, wait, where were you?
Vegas by way of LA.
Vegas by way of LA. Okay, all right. But yeah, thank you so much. And you're new-ish to the area. You live in Davidson now?
I do, yes. I'm going to bring you along to introduce me all the time. Okay. Whenever someone asks what I do, I'm like, some stuff. I do things. So you said it so beautifully.
Yeah, I know. You have a list of things. You're as busy as I am, I think, most days. Yes, you stay busy.
I think when we first met, I was like, oh, this is someone who actually understands multitasking to the level that I am doing it at.
Absolutely. So yeah, tell the audience more about yourself too, so they can get to know you and love you as much as I do.
Hang out, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, I am, like you said, I'm newer to the Lake Norman area. I'm laughing because on the way over, I was like, I should really ask Mamie how to pronounce a lot of the names that I still know I am incorrectly.
Oh, we'll go through them all. We got a whole 2-hour show, Skylar.
Perfect. But yeah, I'm originally from California, and I moved out here recently, and I am a performer. Like you said, I do a lot of stand-up comedy, acting, producing, and I'm really lucky. I've gotten connected with Davidson Community Players. They're a theater in Davidson, and I've gotten to produce some stuff with them. We actually have another storytelling night, which is where we first met.
That is where we met, yeah.
So that's going to be coming up in August, I think the 19th. And so I'm super excited to produce a lot of local community things. I do a comedy show for the girlies. So like you said, it's Girls Week this week. And we are doing our next show this week too, the 31st Seaboard South End, I believe. And so I love to laugh. I think that's something you and I totally connected over.
Yeah.
It was like the idea that comedy can be just the best thing to bring us together, but it can also just make our day better.
Well,
yes, queen.
Yeah, exactly. Bill's in there with the button.
I love it.
So life's hard sometimes, and so just finding ways to laugh about things and make it lighthearted. That's what the show's all about too. We do dive into some more serious topics. Sometimes not today though. Today's all fun. We can if it comes around, but yeah, we just, life's hard enough. So it's just having the time to make things a little bit lighter and using humor to kind of get through those tough times.
Totally. And just, and knowing that for me, and I feel like you and I have talked about this, when you say something or you have this post that other people relate to and respond to, it's the most awesome moment of going, oh, okay, yeah, that thing that I'm experiencing, I'm not the only person going through it.
I'm not the only one that's dealing with this craziness right now, whether it's traffic or life or parents or yes. So
absolutely.
It's so fun. So group chat girlies is another thing you mentioned. Tell everybody about what that is.
Oh, thanks for asking. Group chat girlies actually started just kind of based on me really wanting to create an environment for what I call the girlies, ladies, anybody who identifies as a girly, who just wanted to
queen.
Yes, exactly. Yes, queen. As somebody who wants to just talk about fun things, serious things, laugh in a group, but also be able to ask those kind of random questions that you never necessarily feel comfortable asking, but you're like, hey, I want to know, do other people go through this? Is this normal? Are we using this product? Is this actually working? Does anybody else struggle with this weird thing? Or a topic that came up at one of our shows that I think is so funny is this idea of the bodysuit, right? A lot of women wear bodysuits, and it became a very big debate of whether or not you should wear underwear under your bodysuit.
Under your bodysuit?
And I thought that was so funny because it's the kind of thing that probably doesn't come up in a conversation very often,
right.
And yet people had very, very strong opinions.
It's one of those things when you're in your closet getting dressed and you're like,
you just
do I
have your
don't
routine?
I?
Yeah, and everyone has like very strongly believes their way is the correct way, and they do not understand. And I just thought that was such a funny thing to like polarize or, divide a group. But we have hot takes like that or fun things where people are talking about, cool restaurants to try, what they're watching. So that's sort of the idea behind Group Chat Girlies. And we have a weekly newsletter that we also send out where we do recaps and things. And we recently profiled Mamie on there.
Thank you so much. That was fun too. It was fun to do something, use a different side of my brain is what I say all the time.
Exactly.
Like something that works the other side of my brain. The other thing I love from Group Chat Girlies was I don't remember if it was like TikTok ads or something that you've seen. Are they good or not?
Yes.
That was extremely helpful because I can't tell you how many times I'm scrolling and I was like, I've seen this ad 45
a few times.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? And that is part of the reason why I wanted to do the show was that idea of like, okay, we see things all the time on social media. We see ads, we see influencers promoting products. And I had actually at one of our other shows, I won't say who, but we had some influencers there. And I know that some of them do sell products, right, through their channels. And I thought it was really interesting that they never brought it up in the room when you have a room of girlies who are your ideal demographic. And so to me, I was like, that's interesting. Like I want people who
those
can
products actually
say like, yes, I use this. I like it. It's worth it. Try it. And so we've had kind of both ends of that at a show where girlies can say, yes, this is a great product. Use it, buy it, try it. Or nah, I didn't think it was worth it kind of a thing.
And then other things you do. Actually, the first time I saw you was at Hop and Vine. We didn't meet that day, but I saw you. I think you were hosting the comedy night. It was a ladies' comedy night, which is just so fun. And for me and for my husband too, like we're at the age now in our 40s where we're like, I think I'd rather go see a comedy. Like we love good live music.
Same.
And we kind of fell in love with the live music scene here in the Lake Norman area, like going to concerts. And that was kind of what we did for dates. But now we're like, I think I'd rather go see a comedy show.
I think I want to laugh. Well, it's funny because I also think when you get to an age, I feel that I am in this age group where sometimes the music is great, but you're like, hold on, I want to talk for a minute. Yeah. And I do feel like comedy kind of allows you to have those little breaks where you can, turn to whoever you're with, your partner, your friends, and kind of comment on the thing. And so maybe it's because I'm a talker, but I like to be able to talk at my night out.
You're not shouting over someone. Hey,
yes. And then you feel bad because you're like, hold on, this is a very important part of the song. And then you kind of are like, 1 second, I'll get there.
Somebody's feeling it. They're grooving to it. Yes. You're like, I have something I really need to tell you right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's kind of our favorite thing to do now is just go see a show, have a drink, have some dinner, and sit back and laugh. It's really fun. Where else do you perform around the Lake Norman area?
We are doing another show at Hop and Vine. Okay. So it's fun that you said that. And that one's going to be August 14th, I believe. And I have done some shows all over in Lake Norman area specifically. I think we've done a few shows at Primal Brewery in Huntersville, and I think they did another one recently. And then I perform in Charlotte too. So it just kind of depends on where they ask me to be.
What you're feeling and what the vibe is.
I will go there.
You'll go there. And then some of the other things that you do around town, anything else that you want to promote or anything that you got going on right now that you're excited about?
I wish I had thought about that
That's
more.
okay.
It's
early.
It's so funny.
We've got 2 hours, Skylar.
In the middle of someone's segment, I'll be like, hey, by the way, I thought of something else I'd like to talk about now. So if you're interested.
I'll let you know. About it. All right. Well, if you're looking for a local favorite and a local cleaning company that you can actually trust, Spotless Cleaning has been family owned and locally loved since 2006. Licensed, bonded, and customized for you. And your spotless home starts here. Get an instant online quote at spotlesscleaning.com. We'll be right back with more of me and Skylar.
Fireworks? Yes, please. The real sparks fly when we're back. Stick around. Good Morning LKN returns on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the tough heat hangs on as we kick off a new work week around Lake Norman. Actual temperatures will climb up to around 100 this afternoon, maybe even some low 100s, and then you factor in the humidity. It feels like temperatures easily around 105 to 110. Be extra careful if you're out, especially working in the heat. An isolated storm would be possible to cool us off, but it's very hit or miss. Not everybody gets one of those. That'll continue hot with a low storm chance through the rest of the week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 outdoor concert series returns to downtown Stacy. Y2K Kids brings a tribute show to the 2000s of pop and rock music. The band covers artists like Bruno Mars, Kelly Clarkson, Lady Gaga, and more. This free concert will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College beginning at 6 p.m. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music with Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. The 500 Club in Statesville presents Member Happy Hour on Friday. Members receive one complimentary drink ticket. Member Happy Hour is every first Friday in the courtyard, weather permitting. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and live entertainment. Downtown Mooresville presents a mashup event of music and food on Saturday. The Festival of Food Trucks begins at 5 p.m. along Main Street. Plus, Liberty Park welcomes 38 Special to the amphitheater. Saturday will be big in downtown Mooresville with the Festival of Food Trucks on Main Street and the 38 Special concert at Liberty Park. Sparks will fly as the metal-mashing 2,000 horsepower machines of the Cookout Monster Truck Bash return to the dirt track at Charlotte for a night of high-flying action. Bring a Cookout Cup for free early access to the pit party beginning at 4:30 p.m. Gates open at 5, while opening ceremonies are at 7. Click on CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for Monster Truck Bash tickets, information on the pit party and ride-alongs, as well as other Speedway events. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
Good morning, LKN is back with more shenanigans and spotless cleaning support because this show's messier than your kitchen. WSIC, local, starts here.
Good morning, LKN 718. Let's see what's going on with Jeff. RideICATS.com. Alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way from Iredell County to the city of Charlotte, cruising in the HOV lane. Hey, Jeff, how's it going today on this Monday?
Good morning, Mamie. There's no accidents to report. 77 north and southbound Statesville to Charlotte. We're flowing. Traffic is getting a little more congested. You'll probably have your typical slowdowns in the Huntersville area. Besides that, secondary roads, Statesville, Troutman, and Mooresville look good this morning.
All right. Glad to hear it. Everybody's behaving so far on a Monday morning. Jeff, how was the weekend?
It was great. Went to granddaughter's friend's birthday party, and it was a nice time. As long as you were in a cool place, it was nice. I was telling Bill my temperature gauge showed 104 in Raleigh Saturday about 3:30 in the afternoon. So so I don't like to complain about winter, but I sure would like some fair weather.
Yeah, I took off to the mountains this weekend, Jeff, for some cooler weather. Yes, I love summer. You know, I'm a summer lover, but yeah, that was brutal this weekend. So, all right, Jeff, we'll catch up with you at 8:15.
All right, have a great morning.
Thanks.
Talk to you then.
RideICATS.com, $1 from your front door to run errands around Iredell County. Tuesdays, they go to the VA in Salisbury. Thursdays, Winston-Salem. Fridays, Hickory for only $1. You just have to schedule it. RideICATS.com.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner. Well, the bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day. What's the word?
All right, today's word of the day. First off, let me backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
Great job, Mamie.
Thank you. I pushed all the buttons.
You did everything flawlessly.
I practiced last night. I wrote down what I was supposed to say. It's like I prepared, like I almost knew what I was doing today.
That's it. We are not missing a beat here
on
this
today.
Monday. Not Good Morning LKN.
No, not us.
Let's see. Today's word of the day, back to business at hand, is gauche.
Gauche. Oh, you heard this word before, Skylar?
I think I might have.
Okay, so
nice.
Skylar, this is word of the day.
Okay.
Bill gives us a word.
Yes.
We guess the definition, but he gives us some fantastic context clues. So we don't have to just pull it out of the air.
Okay.
All right. So you got
Yes.
some sentences for us, Bill?
I do. First, I'm going to spell it for you.
All right.
Gauche. 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 It is an adjective, so it's very descriptive. I have a couple of sentences here to provide some context clues. Let's see. It was a bit gauche of Bill to loudly critique the dinner party while still eating the host's casserole. Gauche. Gauche.
Like
social faux pas.
Yeah, faux pas. That's what I'm thinking.
Social faux pas. I like.
Yeah.
First off, I like that. That is very close. I'm gonna read one more sentence for faux pas. Let's see. Bill's gauche charm somehow wins people over. Eventually.
Is there something to it being like I want to say like boldly, like
I think it's like inappropriate, but socially inappropriate.
You guys are barking up the correct tree here. I have the definition of gauche. Well, first off, this goes kind of deeper. I kind of have a problem with this word.
Okay.
But we'll get to that in just a second.
Excellent.
Gauche is used in English to describe someone or something that is socially awkward or lacking polish.
Okay.
Lacking
polish.
Lacking polish.
Correct.
Socially awkward.
Yes,
or
socially
lacking
awkward.
polish.
Yes, so you guys are right with that. However, in French, gauche means left, as in left-handed.
Okay.
And it was once unfairly associated with clumsiness.
Oh, because
So-
you're left-handed?
Yeah, because I'm left-handed.
Yeah, I'm
so
sorry,
I feel
Bill.
a certain
I know.
way about this word.
Hey, are you
gauche.
left-handed, Skylar?
No, right-handed. I'm
All right.
ungauche.
Ungauche. Yeah, no, you're right. You're
Right.
good. Gauche.
Yeah,
The
Bill,
pun-
I'm so
pun
sorry
intended.
that they used the
Yeah, well, I was just looking for words, and then out of nowhere, I just see this word that is just slamming lefties.
left-handers.
So yeah, I
From
couldn't,
only in
couldn't get away
scissors,
from it.
from the scissors to the French. They just
Yes,
they're always
they're
after
against left-handed.
It is a
Yeah.
right-handed world.
you.
Wow.
Yeah. So
We're working on it,
Yeah,
Bill. We're
we'll
trying
move
to
on.
fix it for you. Yeah. So that's word of the day, Skylar. So
I
we
love
learn
it.
something every
you did
single
great.
day.
Yeah.
You did great.
I
Yeah.
would say you
spelled
got it
it
right.
Gauche.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. I'm going to try to
Yes.
use that again today.
Gauche.
That's what we do. We try to use it at some point during the
Okay.
day. Yes. We're trying not to be gauche while we're here,
Yes,
though.
exactly.
But
Socially
yes,
awkward.
very often we are. Yes. Okay. So we were talking 2000s trends earlier today. You had so Jessica Simpson. Are you a fan of Jessica Simpson?
I actually just listened to her memoir recently.
Yeah?
Even though it came out a few years ago, I just listened to it. And I thought it was funny because it was written in like 2020 and I listened, a couple of weeks ago
Yeah.
and I didn't realize she had just recently gotten a divorce.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so the whole time I'm listening to the book, I'm like, oh, wait. And then someone told me, she got divorced. So I felt like it was a spoiler alert, even though it was really just me reading the book late.
Jessica Simpson was like icon, like with newlyweds and like early 2000s, I think
Oh,
it
yeah.
was.
Yes.
So she was on the Today Show not long ago. Bill had to run to get our guest, so he can't play the video right now. But she was talking about early 2000 trends we can bring back, like the low-rise jeans, cheetah print being a neutral.
Well, did you see Hollister is doing
No.
a total drop that looks like straight out of 2006?
No.
I'm talking the tube
The
top,
tube top?
flowy tube
Oh,
top,
gosh.
jean skirt. I mean, let me tell you, I got rid of it, but I had layers upon layers of the early 2000s clothes. The camis, remember
Yes,
how you
the
could layer
camis that
a
you had to
cami
layer the camis
under a polo?
Or you had to wear or you had to wear the double. You always had to wear two shirts. It could never
Correct.
just be one shirt. One shirt was
Correct.
not enough. So do you have any though? If you're going to look at, let's just say some that we mentioned. So low rise jeans. Let's say cheetah print as a neutral, infinity scarves, or the side part. Like, do you have one that you would bring back?
If I had to pick
Yes,
one
you have to
bring
pick
back,
one to bring back.
I would probably pick. Oh goodness, that's a tough one. I would probably pick the side part to bring back for
Yeah.
myself. But I do know that an infinity scarf was both practical and stylish, so I'm interested in that as a concept again because it's less work when you just put it on. Boom, infinity scarf.
Yeah.
I will say if I never saw a pair of low-rise jeans in my closet again, I would not.
I would be
mad.
okay with that. Yes, I have no problem with that. The flare leg jeans, though, I feel like are
Those I
coming
like.
back.
I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
Fan of those. Yeah, good for those to come back. All right, let's see what Jessica Simpson says. Bill, you got the video.
Print and neutral. I do. I think any kind of print is a
Exactly.
neutral. It is, to me, I mean, I think I wear it more than neutrals. I'm all about cheetah, any animal print. Love it.
You can only choose one: wide leg jeans, flare jeans, or barrel jeans.
I would choose flares over any jean, always.
Good with that?
I'm only 5'3", so it makes me look taller. I feel like it elongates my short legs, and they're also just comfortable, like to me. And I get to wear a big heel with it, which makes you even look taller.
You can only bring back one early 2000s trend: smoky eyes, side parts, or low-rise jeans.
Ooh, I like all three. I like smoky eyes.
I'm bringing back the side parts.
I like side parts for sure.
Yeah,
I call it a visor.
Sure. Yeah.
I haven't done that in a while.
Although I never gave up mine. I'm never getting rid of mine. I don't look.
If you could only wear one style of shoes for the rest of your life,
one style of
what
shoes.
would you wear?
I could wear a platform every day of my life. And we're not talking wedge. We're talking about, like, really, like, give me some platform, give me some height. My shoe that I love in my brand the most is called the Danny.
Do you consider cheetah print a neutral?
I do. I think.
Yeah. Cheetah print is a neutral. I'm sorry, you guys.
Bras
yes.
Neutral.
What shoe would you wear the rest of your life?
I mean, I'm a California girl, so I would pick my Rambo flip-flops
Oh,
for
yes.
life.
Yes.
Even though I know they're gauche. It's gauche to wear them right now.
Good job using word of the day.
Bravo, yes.
Yes, great job. Yeah, so I, shoes, I'd probably do I guess it is a platform. So I don't do heels. I do sneakers or a flat, but I do love like a platform. I'm already tall, but I like just the extra height just for a little bit of fun. I think it's fun.
It.
All right, Joey Chestnut. Do you know who that is?
Am I correct that he is the competitive eater?
Yes, he is a competitive eater. Yes, he is most well known for the hot dog, the Nathan's 4th of July hot dog eating competition.
Yes.
I think he ate like 70 hot dogs or something.
Did he win this year?
He won this year.
He did,
Okay.
yes.
He wins just about every year. There was one year they had some beef and he didn't get to compete in it. I don't know why.
Okay.
But he's back and he won it again this year.
Okay, great.
So Savannah Bananas, do you know who they are?
I do know the
They
Savannah
are a very
Bananas.
fun
Yes.
exhibition baseball team that they were here in Charlotte not long ago. Well, they did a Savannah banana dog hot dog eating championship. Do you know what a banana dog is? Oh, this is different.
I'm concerned. I'm concerned that it is a banana in a hot dog format, but go on.
It
tell
is
me.
a banana with whipped cream, strawberries, and chocolate.
Okay, that's not as concerning.
So Joey Chestnut, yeah, he was able to eat 17 of these hot dogs. This is Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut versus our resident bananas. They will have 3 minutes to eat as many banana dogs and buns
The bananas
as
get it.
possible.
The bananas.
Gentlemen,
They get it.
Yeah.
on your marks.
I can't figure out if there's some sort of bun element
That's
to this
what I was
though.
concerned
His
about,
hand
the
is
bun.
such a mess in this video.
I believe it is wrapped in
banana
bun.
dog eating
It's wrapped in a bun.
I don't
literally
like
in
that.
right field. We are continuing
make it
this
a
banana
crepe.
ball game. That's the craziest aspect of this competition, only in banana ball.
It wouldn't
When you see
surprise me if they were
something
still
like this
playing baseball.
occurring in
They were
fair
still playing baseball
territory.
during this.
Donaldson
Yes,
down
during
bananas,
this. So that was the
Nick
craziest
Free
thing
scoreless
about
innings.
Savannah Bananas to me when I went and saw it.
A point earned.
Just a lot going on. 5,
Joey Chestnut
6.
competing against some guys who can really scarf it down. The man
7, yep.
This
And
is a
he's
battle
focused.
of titans out
Yeah.
in right field.
Other guys are looking
Spuddy
left,
and
right.
Radbod doing their best to keep
The
up
other ones are just like
with
the dad
greatest
bod guys who are out
competitive eater
there.
in the history of man. These are banana dogs, which is
Gross.
a banana on a caramelized New England roll with whipped
There you go.
toppings,
Banana on a
freshly
caramelized New
sliced,
England roll.
and
Yeah.
Hershey syrup. I think he's really starting to find his groove.
We're about to get all 3 minutes of this competition.
He has doubled
whole
the
thing's on
total
here.
from Spidey and Radbod.
But he ate 17 of those banana dogs. So he was the very first official banana dog champ in front of a sold-out crowd in Philadelphia last week. So
Just another one. For
just
the
another
resume.
one. Yes. No, he's also
adding it
done
to
like
the
he did
resume.
chicken wings. He did shrimp cocktail was one of the ones he did.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I am interested in a banana dog on French toast just as a breakfast.
Oh yeah, we'll workshop that one. All right, we'll be right back with more with Skylar in just a minute.
We'll be right back with more Good Morning LKN and zero judgment about your dirty dishes. Spotless cleaning gets it. WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the tough heat hangs on as we kick off a new work week around Lake Norman. Actual temperatures will climb up to around 100 this afternoon, maybe even some low 100s, and then you factor in the humidity. It feels like temperatures easily around 105 to 110. Be extra careful if you're out, especially working. In the heat, an isolated storm would be possible to cool us off, but it's very hit or miss. Not everybody gets one of those. That'll continue hot with a low storm chance through the rest of the week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
When you have problems with your heating system, you need SHA Mechanical. Serving the region since 1975, SHA will make sure your system always stays in the best condition. Visit SHA Mechanical online at shamechanical.com.
Harness the healing power of horses. With the amazing staff at Willow Equine in Mooresville, we create a supportive environment conducive to healing and growth, dedicated to self-discovery and overcoming adversity. There's a program for you at willowequine.com.
Need a ride? ICATS has you covered. Tuesdays to the VA in Salisbury, Thursday to Winston-Salem, and Fridays to Hickory. Plus, run errands every day around Iredell County for just $1. Visit rideicats.com.
Are you sick of running out of hot water? Whether it's in the middle of a shower or doing dishes, cold water's never fun. Say goodbye to those surprises with a Rinnai tankless water heater from GMV Energy. This energy-efficient propane-powered solution heats water instantly, so you'll never run out again. Plus, it saves money and frees up space. Propane models start at just $295 after rebates. Visit any G&B Energy location or gbenergy.com to learn more.
If you need home medical equipment, call Lowry Drug in Statesville. We have everything you need in stock, including portable oxygen concentrators, CPAPs, masks, lift chairs, wheelchairs, scooters, hospital beds, supplies, and anything else you need. Get it when you need it. Check out LowryDrug.com or call 704-873-2247. Lowry Drug, your hometown source since 1959, across from Iredell Memorial Hospital. We are worth the drive. Come see us.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Now is the right time to buy or sell your home. I'm Matt Madison with Madison & Company Realty. With high interest rates, low inventory, and a lot of people moving to our area, it makes people wonder. But we have the answers for you. Call us at Madison & Company Realty in Statesville to help you navigate the real estate market. 704-873-7700. Visit us online at MadisonandCompanyRealtyNC.com. Madison & Company Realty, we've got you covered.
It ain't easy being number one, but we make it look good.
WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. European leaders are getting behind the trade deal struck between the U.S. and European Union. It calls for 15% tariffs on most exports to the U.S. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says the EU knew any deal would favor the U.S., but she expressed relief the tariff rate won't be the 50% threatened by President Trump. Not all of the egg-related news is bad these days. The Department of Agriculture says the nation is close to a milestone. Nearly half of the American egg-laying flock is cage-free. Even though cage-free eggs are more expensive, most shoppers are willing to pay the price to have eggs from chickens that are raised humanely. And many Americans with 401k plans view the plans as emergency funds, not just retirement nest eggs. Vanguard data shared with the Wall Street Journal indicate nearly 5% of workers with 401k savings took hardship distributions last year. The pre-pandemic average was around 2%. Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Radio.
24/7 worldwide, non-stop.
WSIC.
Local starts here.
Warning, no lifeguard on duty. We're back with more Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. You know, Skylar, I taught you about something recently. I'm trying to educate you with all the things Lake Norman, but Normie is a huge part of it, something that you just learned about. But now you get to learn even more because we have Jason Tapp in from Spooky Charlotte, SpookyCLT on Instagram. Jason, thanks for joining us today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So fun to have you back in the studio with us because we are celebrating Lake Norman Monster Week this week, right? Starts today.
Started on Saturday.
Oh, started on Saturday. I'm so sorry. I'm a couple days late.
I like a week that starts on a Saturday.
Yeah, I like that too. So tell us what Lake Norman Monster Week is first.
Yes. So we believe that in Lake Norman resides Normie, the Lake Norman Monster. And we take a week out of every summer to educate people about it, talk about the lore, talk about the theories, and talk about the history of the lake. Similar to Shark Week on Discovery Channel. That was the inspiration.
Yeah. So, but we don't try to compete with Shark Week
Absolutely
now. No, Normie gets his own week, her own week.
Yep.
Yes, she gets her own week. All right, Skylar is new to the Normie lore. So, and all the things that go on with Lake Norman, like it was a town that was flooded, that, there's still a lot of the town underneath, cemeteries and things like that. Can you help educate us on kind of the history of Lake Norman?
I will do my best.
Okay.
So
I'll fill in whatever you're missing.
Yeah, so Lake Norman is a man-made lake. It was made in around the 1960s. They created this massive lake by damming up the Catawba River to create a hydroelectric dam to power the area that we live. With that, they made all this new real estate, lakefront property. And since the lake's creation, there have been sightings of a mysterious beast that no one can seem to explain. So over the years, there have been numerous theories of what the lake monster could be. Everything from mad scientists crossbreeding fish, trying to make beefy fish to sell in the markets, and then generations later, we have long serpent-like monsters in the lake with like the heads of a horse and scales that'll cause rashes and things like that. There is the LakeNormanMonster.com where people have reported sightings, and those sightings go all the way back into the 80s, even though the website is only around created around the early 2000s. But there's dozens in there, so people
Are they friendly
seeing
sightings
things.
or spooky sightings?
Everything. It's gone from, something was chasing me while I was on, out there on my pontoon boat. Something was in the wake. I remember reading one where a guy was on a jet ski and something brushed up against him that he couldn't explain. Divers have claimed to see catfish the size of small SUVs. There's something crazy going on in the lake, and that lore has created what we call the Lake Norman Monster, Normie. I choose to believe that Normie is friendly.
Normie is friendly. Yeah, we're pals too.
Of course.
Yeah,
There you go.
we hang out on the weekends sometimes.
You've-
Not this
have
weekend.
you had a Normie sighting?
Oh, yes, I have had a Normie sighting. Have
Okay.
I told you my Normie
No,
sighting?
tell me about it.
Okay, so we had our boat docked right outside of Port City, which is now the Lake House, but it used to be Port City Club. This was about 5 years ago, and it was just down in the water. And the boat next to ours, not our boat, but the boat next to ours, had a hole eaten through the hull of the boat.
That's incredible.
A hole in the hull?
In the hull, yes, through the hull
That's
of
a
the
great
boat.
tongue
Had
twister.
like over the winter, it was just like eaten and eaten. And so came back for the summer. The boat was like in the water, it sunk in the water, and like, what happened? I was like, it was Normie. It was Normie. I know it was Normie.
Absolutely.
Everybody else tried to say it was a muskrat, but I know that it was Normie. I know it was.
Yes.
And Normie kept my boat safe because we're
he
friends.
knew.
Yes,
Or she
we're
knew.
friends.
Yeah.
And also, then we got boat lifts for the next summer.
Yes. Not taking a chance.
We're snacking on the
Normie
boat.
might get hungry.
Yeah, but that's my Normie sighting. I said it was definitely it. And then I would just see like ripples through the water around that same arena all the time. I knew it was just Normie coming to say hi. Also, if you're swimming in the lake and you get a little, tickle on your foot, it's just Normie saying hi. So don't be scared.
That's it.
Don't be scared to swim in the water.
There are crazy fish in Lake Norman, though.
Yes.
You can't find catfish, you can't find gar, and if you are unfamiliar with what those fish look like, especially if they're a little bit bigger than you're typically used to seeing fish, then it could freak you
It
out.
could be a false alarm for Normie.
Of course, yeah.
But Normie is very friendly, I like to think, too. We had Amy on the show a couple months ago who wrote the book, Normie, the Lake Norman Monster. But you guys have a really fun event coming up, too, this weekend, right?
Yes.
That's the end of Lake Norman Monster Week. It ends on Saturday as well.
Absolutely. So this is the 5th year of doing Lake Norman Monster Week, and typically I like to end the week with an in-person event. So we have 2 events going on. One is the Lake Norman Monster Believers Meetup Group. That's going to be happening on August 2nd at 7 o'clock at Crazy Cool Collectibles. That's a Saturday. And then there's also the Lake Norman Monster Non-Believers Club Meetup, which is happening.
Who's going to admit to that one,
Right.
Jason?
Well, that's also happening August 2nd at 7 o'clock
there
at
you
Crazy
go.
Cool
Rival
Collectibles. Yes,
event.
at
Are y'all
at the
gonna-
same place. The
No
idea is to
rumbling,
get
no fist fighting during
well,
the event.
the idea is to get everyone in the same room and have friendly
I was
conversations
going to say,
about.
do you have a debate? Do you have people present their cases?
Absolutely, that's the
Oh, I
plan.
love it.
Yeah, in
So
a very non-formal setting.
You guys will be at Crazy Cool Collectibles on Saturday at what time did you say?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay, great.
We'll have food trucks. There is a bigger event going on Main Street, Morrisville. So if you are in the area, come stop by and talk about Normie with us.
Yeah, lots going on this weekend in downtown Morrisville. The Festival of Food Trucks, 38 Specialists playing as well.
Incredible.
So great event to go stop by, go back Crazy Cool Collectibles, talk with Jason about Normie Look. I still have, now I do believe, but I still have my coaster from last year's meetup.
Incredible.
Because all the ones that said I do believe got taken too fast. Yeah, they got taken. So I don't believe it's the one.
People believe more than they don't believe.
I think so too. I think so too. Do you have a favorite Normie sighting story that you've heard over the years?
Yeah,
or
like what made you get connected to the group?
I don't have a favorite. I'm just curious about all of it. But my favorite theory is the one that Captain Gus, R.I.P., that he used to spread on his boat tours about the mad scientist and the fishermen crossbreeding of fish. And now we have Normie, which means that it's not just one. It means it's a whole species that we don't understand.
A whole family of normies.
Exactly. So
yeah.
I prefer that.
You like that theory as well. All right. What else do you do with Spooky Charlotte? You don't just pop up here to Lake Norman for 1 week.
Only one a year.
One a year. No, you do other things with Spooky Charlotte. So what else can people find if they follow you?
Yep. So follow me on Instagram at SpookyCLT, and all year round I'm talking about ghost story and folklore of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County. Everything about paranormal sightings, folklore like cryptids such as Normie, cat owls, Wampus cat, things like that. As well as just talking about dark history. This area is so historic. It's so interesting. Just the different stories that have happened over the years. And I'm trying to shed light on that in a fun and spooky way for people.
One of my favorite stories of yours is about the guy that ran over the dam in Lake Norman. Is that right there at the dam? Yes.
General William Lee Davidson.
Yes, I love that story. Can you tell that one real quick?
Well, yeah. So this area, it goes back to the Revolutionary area. There was the Battle of Cowlitz.
The dam wasn't there, by the way, but that's just the area. Well, like if you go and you see the sign. Yes.
Yeah. Battle of Cowlitz Ford happens on the Catawba River, which is where Lake Norman was. A ford is just a crossing, and he was the first casualty on the American side by the British. He was shot. He was the first person to die in the battle. And then after he passed and the British stole his body, 3 of his men actually stole it back after the battle and buried him at Hopewell Presbyterian Church Cemetery, which is on Beatty's Ford. And now every year around the February 1st, which is when the battle happens, people do still claim to see him walking horseback as a ghostly specter on Beatty's Ford, typically in the direction of the lake, because not only is that where the battle happened, but there was also the Davidson Plantation, which was buried by the lake when it was created. So the ghost has a personal connection with the lake and still haunts the area.
Yeah, I've heard those stories before too.
Oh,
even before I knew Jason. Yeah, I'd heard those stories. You got any other fun facts about Charlotte or the area?
Well, I always just like to make sure that people know that Lake Norman was a town before it was buried. So underneath the lake, you can still find structures from that time. There was mills the equipment is still down there, buses, planes, bridges. Cemeteries were allegedly moved, 13 of them, but we definitely know there was more. So things were flooded and forgotten underneath the lake. And when you're out there drinking and having fun, keep that in mind that you could be going over someone else's property.
Like how much distance is there between the top of the city and like the top of the lake?
We've got some distance. Yeah, we got a few hundred feet in some of the places. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about maybe like swimming up against it or anything like that. Yeah, I think you're safe there, right, Jason?
You're safe. They did it very intentionally, but there's aerial footage where you can still see the outlines of a lot of these structures, and a lot of the fishermen still see them on the sonar of their boats, which is cool.
And the divers too can see them sometimes too if they go down far enough. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, Jason, thank you so much for joining us. So come hang out with Jason, believers and non-believers, on Saturday, August the 2nd at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Crazy Cool Collectibles, and see all the things going on in downtown Mooresville, and follow Spooky Charlotte CLT on Instagram.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Jason, for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Fireworks? Yes, please. The real sparks fly when we're back. Stick around. Good Morning LKN returns on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the tough heat hangs on as we kick off a new work week around Lake Norman. Actual temperatures will climb up to around 100 this afternoon, maybe even some low 100s, and then you factor in the humidity. It feels like temperatures easily around 105 to 110. Be extra careful if you're out, especially working. In the heat, an isolated storm would be possible to cool us off, but It's very hit or miss. Not everybody gets one of those. That'll continue hot with a low storm chance through the rest of the week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 outdoor concert series returns to downtown Statesville. Y2K Kids brings a tribute show to the 2000s of pop and rock music. The band covers artists like Bruno Mars, Kelly Clarkson, Lady Gaga, and more. This free concert will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College beginning at 6 p.m. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music with Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. The 500 Club in Statesville presents Member Happy Hour on Friday. Members receive one complimentary drink ticket. Member Happy Hour is every first Friday in the courtyard, weather permitting. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and live entertainment. Downtown Mooresville presents a mashup event of music and food on Saturday. The Festival of Food Trucks begins at 5 p.m. along Main Street. Plus, Liberty Park welcomes 38 Special to the amphitheater. Saturday will be big in downtown Mooresville with the Festival of Food Trucks on Main Street and the 38 Special concert at Liberty Park. Sparks will fly as the metal-mashing 2,000 horsepower machines of the Cookout Monster Truck Bash return to the dirt track at Charlotte for a night of high-flying action. Bring a Cookout Cup for free early access to the pit party beginning at 4:30 p.m. Gates open at 5, while opening ceremonies are at 7. Click on CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for Monster Truck Bash tickets, information on the pit party and ride-alongs, as well as other Speedway events. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Joshua Doby, president of North Main Financial Group. At North Main Financial Group, we move to where you need us: investment management, insurance planning, and estate strategies. No two people are the same, so we customize our planning based upon your needs. Reach out to us at northmainfinancial.com. That's northmainfinancial.com.
Good morning, LKN is back with more shenanigans and spotless cleaning support because this show's messier than your kitchen. WSIC, local, starts here.
Good morning, LKN 748. Thanks to Jason from SpookyCLT on Instagram. You can go to the Lake Norman meetup this weekend on Saturday. All the things that are happening in downtown Mooresville, pop in, say Normie's real or Normie's not real, and get ready to get into a fight with somebody when you say Normie's not real.
I'm very curious to see how many people on each side.
I went to the meetup last year. It was fun. Yeah, we had a good time. We went over to the cabin over in Davidson, and we did a little searching for Normie on the shores of the lake, but he didn't pop up to say hey. Okay. So you're newer to this area, the Southern accent. How's it been going, getting to know the Southern accent?
Well, it's funny because I still can't say y'all. Like I think every time I say it, everyone's turning and looking at me like, oh, did she just attempt to say that? So there's a lot of words and phrases that I know I can hear the accent in.
So I found this video, the ways to tell if you have an accent. And there's 3 words that you're supposed to say to know if you have an accent.
That TikTok where the girl was like, I don't have an accent. But then everyone was like, no, we can tell where you're from if you say these 3 words. I feel like I don't have an accent, and I feel like you won't be able to tell where I'm from. But the 3 words are bagel, milk, and eggs. Like, I feel like I don't have an accent.
That's pretty northeastern.
Yeah, where you think I'm from based off of that.
She's definitely from the Northeast somewhere. Yes, bagel, though. That one sent me. So bagel, milk, and eggs.
I wouldn't think you had an accent.
Oh,
from
gosh.
Just those 3 words.
Thank you for that.
No.
I feel like I talk like cornbread sometimes.
No.
It just depends on what I'm talking about, too.
It's but the talking, like at the end, that's where I hear it when you, like the Southern, like leaving off the end of
the word. That's how you know that I'm Southern.
Yes.
So I went to school for broadcasting, and I took all these non-regional diction classes is what they would call it. So you would practice how to say words without having an accent. and I feel like I did good in that class, but also I went to college in Shelby, and so like, who is judging how great my non-Southern accent is?
Like,
when
who's actually giving me the feedback here?
Right, when all my professors sound just like me too. So, did you have to take any of those classes when you were in college?
I did, yeah. So I have my master's degree in performance, theater performance acting. And so we took actually years of speech dialect training and similar to kind of create in acting words, it's just called like standard American. So instead of having a dialect for a different region, you kind of have a neutral sound. And there are definitely words that help you kind of that or hear the phrases and the intonations that kind of give you away. My friends from the Northeast, it's like if they say the word water, there's a lot of that. I can hear it, and it's fun to hear different words that you're like, okay, I think I can place
You
that.
can pick up. So, did you learn how to do all the accents when you were in college?
Well, you would think with that degree, you'd think I'd feel very confident saying yes. But the answer is actually, I feel less confident about my accents now than I ever did. And it's just because I think I'm now super aware of when you're actually kind of mimicking an accent or versus authentically doing it, which is why I think whenever I speak, my boyfriend will make fun of me attempting to do a Southern accent because it just sounds like I'm over generalizing it. But we had friends who are from like Australia, and when they would teach them to do an American accent, they would actually say like almost do a parody of it, like over dramatize it, and that would sound more normal because like in their mind we don't correct ourselves as much as we think we should.
Oh yeah,
with the accent.
No, I can't do anyone's other than I say I speak 2 languages, English and Southern, because I if you ever saw the character Boomhauer on King of the Hill, like that kind of mumbly, yes, I can translate that very.
What that sounds.
I can translate that like nobody's business.
But
like,
it's funny you say that because there really is speaking. There's Southern accent and then there's speaking Southern, like the phrases. And there are still things that I will hear that I have never in my life. I've never been fixing to anything.
You never been fixing to do anything. I was going to say, are there any others? Yes. Christine Patterson and I, last time she was co-hosting with me, she'll be with us tomorrow, by the way. She is from the South as well. And so we went through a bunch of those kind of idioms, I guess, or the over like madder than a wet hen and things like
I've
that.
Never heard that. Never. But I do believe if I was a wet hen, I would be mad.
Yeah. Really mad. Yeah. They don't like it. They don't like being wet. Yeah.
But then I'm also realizing too, there's a lot of, like we said earlier, street names, things like what is the park that is
That is probably the most contested thing around here. Okay, it's Jetun is the correct. Jetun?
Like a jet
ton is the correct pronunciation, but you can call it Jetun, and people will not yell at you. If you call it Jetton Park,
that's when you're out.
Yes, you will be kicked
like
out of town.
Boca Raton.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
So Jetun works.
Yes, Jetun or Jetun is the correct pronunciation. It's actually named after a family, and that's their last name. So that's where you get it from. But when I very first moved here, I think I was at the Harris Teeter, and I was like, "Yeah, I've never been down to Jetton Park," and they're like, "What?"
And all of a sudden, you hear everything stop, come to a screeching halt.
It was like if you say you don't believe in Normie, the same kind of thing. It was like a TV show where the music stops and you zoom in really close. Yes, the record scratch, and you zoom in close to my face, and they're like, "Get out of town."
Is there anything else like that I wouldn't even realize I've been saying wrong? Like, how do you say Catawba?
So Catawba is correct. A lot of people say Catawba when they first move here because they're not familiar.
Yes. I'm sure I did as well.
That one in Iredell County.
Iredell?
Iredell. A lot of people say Iredell.
Iredell. Okay.
Yeah.
Iredell.
Iredell. And then the other one is
there's Westmoreland.
Yes, Westmoreland. Yeah.
Whoa.
Looks like Westmoreland.
Definitely have been saying Westmoreland.
Yes, it's Westmoreland.
Westmoreland. Yeah, just say it in a hurry.
Just say it quickly.
And also,
you're in a hurry.
Cornelius is
Cornelius.
Cornelius actually is the correct pronunciation.
Cornelius.
Yeah.
Cornelius.
Actually,
no.
yes. There's a lot. So the longer you're here, the more you'll learn.
See, and as a comedian, you'll say that. Usually, comedians, you hear them, they'll be like, "Hey, Cornelius," or Cornelius.
Cornelius. But I think there's very few that know the correct pronunciation anymore.
Yes.
But when you hear somebody, that's how you can be tipped in that they're like a local. They grew up here. Because you'll hear them say Cornelius, Westmoreland. The mayor says it all the time. And that's how you know that they're from here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your clue. The other one is Concord.
Concord.
Not Concord.
Which I say incorrectly.
Yeah,
there's
Concord.
a Concord where I'm from in the Bay Area. every time I still have to remind myself, Concord.
Yes. And then the favorite is that people love to talk about is Cherryville, which is not here in the Lake Norman area.
Okay.
It's about an hour west of us. I grew up in Cleveland County. It's in the same, it's in Gaston County, I think. But yes, it's Cherville is what the pronoun.
Okay.
Yes. And so
Got
you
just got to get through it.
put it all together. Yeah, we're not taking our time pronouncing all of those syllables. We got too much going on right now. But there's other words, the Southern.
We'll take all the time.
You need more syllables for some of the
Tell
things.
me, yeah,
that you
what's
say.
one where you feel like you add some extra?
Yes is one that has to be yes.
Double,
you have,
yes.
You have, and it's only for certain situations. It's not all the time, but there's sometimes where you need to say yes instead of just yes.
Yes.
And it makes more sense.
I would, if I heard you say yes. So that would be we should come up with 3 words that let you know you're from the South.
That
instead
yes,
of
Dreas.
Dress,
That's
yes.
the other one.
I know probably some word with a w sound, a
Yeah.
WH sound.
Yeah.
That's when I hear it a lot
Oh,
too.
that's when you hear it too.
Yes.
Yes. Any other words or
Like
towns
when.
or phrases that you said when?
Like if I hear that like when,
Oh,
then I
when.
know something
Oh, yeah.
Southern versus
Yeah.
when. I say it more like when, high pitched sounding.
Gotcha. Any other words or phrases you need help with today, Skylar?
I mean, I'm still not 100% sure that I'm gauche. I'm pronouncing correctly. Going back to the
You're
word of
doing
the
well.
day.
You're doing great.
You're doing well. Yeah, you are
You're
doing
doing
that
great with it.
correctly.
I might be being paid by the gauche lobby to keep.
That's all
bringing it
right. We
up.
have many here that we deal with. I'm trying to get on the board of the Southern Shrimp Alliance currently.
Ooh.
There's big ice cream that we talk about sometimes as
Yes,
well. If I could
those
get
are
on
all-
that board,
I would love
I'm
to be on big
really
ice
interested
cream.
in those two. Those are the two that I'm really the most interested
You
in.
know, they
right now.
have people's jobs are ice cream taste testers.
Yes,
Like
I
that's
do
a
know that.
real like I'm sure they get paid a ton. And
Yeah.
their palate, their tongue, you can't eat anything too spicy or anything that would mess up your palate. So it's an
important
job.
gig.
My
It is.
problem is that I like all ice cream equally, and I don't think
You
that I
wouldn't be
could
a
be.
fair
I
judge.
could not be objective on it and be like, "This is ice cream and it's delicious."
This
And
ice cream is good.
Same with the Southern Shrimp Alliance. This is shrimp cocktail, and I love it. And yeah, there's nothing else to say. Another thing about the South is the heat. Has that been something that is?
Speaking of Southern phrases, what do they tell me? It's not the heat, it's the
It's the humidity, yes.
And that is not a lie.
No.
It is. I didn't think I actually understood humidity until coming out here, and then, oof.
Yes, so
It's an
we
experience.
It
yes,
is.
it is an experience for sure. So we are under, and this is not a joke. This is for real. We're under extreme heat advisory for the next few days this week. Yes, so it's going to feel like between 105 and 110 in Mecklenburg, Iredell, Catawba, Rowan, Cabarrus, and Lincoln County. So
Feels like 112.
between 105 and 110. Yes, it's going to feel like that. I think the temperatures are going to
goodness.
be like in the hundreds. Yeah, the next couple of days.
It
So
feels like I'll be sitting in my home.
it feels
with my
like I
AC.
need to be at home. Yes, it feels like I'm not so mad that the studio stays at a cool, crisp
temp.
65 degrees this week.
Do you have any like beat the heat tips or things like
Gosh.
anything you do that you're like, this is if
I was
it's this
just-
hot out, I'm definitely
I never feel more Southern than when I'm sitting on the porch with the fan and a glass of tea and just sitting out there and be like, this is what my ancestors,
This is what I was
it.
meant for.
This is what I was meant to do. Sitting out here, listening to the cicadas, just not enjoying, but just trying to like suffer through
you're
this
persevering.
weather. Yes, this is what I was born to do. Yes.
Do you feel like I can't, for me, it's so hard to make dinner or cook when it's that
Oh,
hot.
that
I'm
was
like,
me last night. Yes.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you-
Last night it was cheese crackers and a glass of rosé on ice. Yeah,
Well,
that was
sounds
dinner.
like girl dinner.
That was girl
First
and
of
boy
all,
dinner.
I would like to be
last night.
invited next time.
Yes, queen.
For
Yes.
cheese crackers and rosé. Are you kidding me?
That was and a half a chocolate chip cookie because I had one left over. That
Only
was
half?
dessert.
You can eat only a half a cookie?
I have that kind of crazy
Willpower?
stomach. Well, it's not willpower. It's just my stomach
That's
will let
it.
me finish it. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I had half a chocolate chip cookie. Rosé, and it was girl and boy dinner because I was not turning the oven on last night.
No, I don't blame you.
All right, guys, we got more fun coming up with Skylar and myself, and Zoom Room Huntersville is going to join us at 8:30. We'll be right back.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU Statesville.
Prioritizing your health is one of the best ways to take care of yourself. From routine visits to the joys of pregnancy to the illnesses that stop you in your tracks, Iredell Health System will be by your side. Learn more at iredellhealth.org.
President Trump is meeting with Britain's Prime Minister. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. It's happening now in Scotland, and there's a familiar issue the president is bringing up, illegal immigration. It's affecting the Europeans as well.
You know, Europe is a much different place than it was just 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And they've got to get their act together. If they don't, you're not going to have Europe anymore as you know it.
The president and Prime Minister Keir Starmer, they meet. And we'll also talk about trade with the UK, a day after the president worked out a new trade deal with the EU, cutting in half the tariffs he threatened on European imports. It'll be 15%, without any charge on American goods sent there. And Fox's Peter Ducey reports from the White House.
The Europeans, the EU, agreed to buy $750 billion of American energy in coming years. Not only is that a lot of money, but it also stops the Europeans from looking elsewhere to other countries.
Now, the president and Prime Minister Starmer will also talk today about Gaza after talks with Hamas broke down last week. And the president also said a few minutes ago,
yeah, a ceasefire is possible, but you have to end it.
There had been growing international condemnation of Israel from countries which believe it's responsible for starvation in Gaza. Israel's response is to pause fighting for 10 hours each day and allow airdrops of aid. Israel says it's acting to refute what it calls the false claim of intentional starvation. It's set up new, secure avenues for aid convoys.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. Thailand and Cambodia have agreed to a ceasefire after days of fighting. Another Boeing strike is looming after a long one in the Seattle area last year.
They make fighter jets at 3 Boeing plants in the St. Louis area. About 3,200 workers overwhelmingly voting to reject the latest contract offer and go on strike after a 1-week cooling off period. So next Monday, union leadership had recommended taking the deal, which included a 20% pay raise over 4 years and better medical, pension, and overtime benefits.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and if you want to do business with a company that actually stands for something, switch to Pure Talk. I did. Sure, I appreciate being on America's most dependable 5G network with unlimited talk and text for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is Pure Talk's commitment to our military and to our skilled workforce. That matters to me. Save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
2 people remain in serious condition in Michigan among the 11 stabbed at a Walmart Saturday by someone stopped by customers in the parking lot and held until law enforcement arrived.
Grand Traverse County Sheriff Michael Shea said the suspect in the stabbings, Bradford James Gilley, based in part on his past behavior, will face serious charges.
1 count of terrorism, 11 counts of assault with intent to murder. Mr. Gilley's history shows prior assaultive incidents as well as controlled substance violations.
Police say Gilley used a folding knife to wound men and women at the store who ranged in age from 29 to 84. The victims, according to the sheriff, appeared to be random. So far, a motive has not been given. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
A Delta Airlines pilot is in custody after being arrested by a group of federal agents on a plane Saturday night, right after he landed on a flight to San Francisco. Passengers captured video of it that went viral afterward, and that pilot is facing child sex abuse charges. In Arkansas, there's a manhunt.
Arkansas State Police are urging people who visited Devil's Den State Park on Saturday to check their photos and videos for images of the man officials believe killed Clinton and Kristen Brink while they hiked with their young daughters. The park is part of the Ozark Mountains and is where the Brinks were found dead on a walking trail in a remote part of the park where there is no cell phone service. Investigators say it was a double homicide and that their 7- and 9-year-old daughters were not hurt and are with family members. Police are looking for a white male, last seen wearing a long-sleeve shirt with rolled-up sleeves, dark pants, dark ball cap, and sunglasses, carrying a backpack and driving a dark sedan. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising the day before a Federal Reserve 2-day meeting starts to assess the economy and consider an interest rate cut. Friday, the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 closed at record highs. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Well, the tough heat hangs on as we kick off a new work week around Lake Norman. Actual temperatures will climb up to around 100 this afternoon, maybe even some low 100s, and then you factor in the humidity. It feels like temperatures easily around 105 to 110. Be extra careful if you're out, especially working in the heat. An isolated storm would be possible to cool us off, but it's very hit or miss. Not everybody gets one of those. That'll continue hot with a low storm chance through the rest of the week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Locally owned, community and faith driven, Varsity Zone HVAC of Mooresville is your hometown team. Licensed experts who live where you live. From comfort to care, we've got you covered around the lake and beyond. Visit varsityzone.com and stay cool, Lake Norman.
Puppy love starts here. Got a new pup? We've got your back. Zoom Room in Huntersville is your indoor dog training paradise. From obedience to agility to scent work, we train the people who love their dogs. Open 7 days a week. Visit zoomroom.com/Huntersville today.
Back like mosquitoes and flip-flops. This is Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN 806. Mamie Lee here with Skylar Shock. Thanks, Skylar. We're here in hour 2 already.
Oh, my goodness.
It goes by fast. It always goes by fast. All right. So we talked a little bit about the couple at the Coldplay concert. We didn't really go too deep into it because I feel like the internet did all the work
The
for
internet
us.
did cover it.
We didn't
well.
really do, but I did see this over the weekend. Gwyneth Paltrow, who is Chris Martin's ex-wife, she is now the new, temporary astronomer spokesperson.
Correct.
Did you see this video?
I absolutely saw this video.
Let's listen to this video and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
I'm Gwyneth Paltrow. I've been hired on a very temporary basis to speak on behalf of the 300-plus employees at Astronomer. Astronomer has gotten a lot of questions over the last few days, and they wanted me to answer the most common ones. Yes, Astronomer is the best place to run Apache Airflow.
Okay, so I don't know the video went into something else, but yes, she, if you're just listening and you're not seeing the visual, what was so funny about that was that it starts out with like what the actual, yeah. And so it just kind of goes into them kind of making fun, but I think it's a really good PR.
Totally. I would be curious. I wonder if it was in-house they came up with the idea, or if a PR team reached out to them, or how they came up with it. But like we were saying, there's a lot of layers to, and why they hired Gwyneth Paltrow specifically for it.
So what do you think from like a comedy perspective? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, I thought it was such a smart, like, hey, we're here. We know that this is, people are talking about us. People are talking about this, like, and to be able to insert kind of a cultural relevance and have, Chris Martin's ex be the one to deliver it and just make it able to actually inform people. I don't know. Did you know what Astronomer was?
I didn't know what they were before all of this happened, obviously.
Certainly not I. Yeah. And so to be able to kind of merge that with just, like making fun of the situation and also being professional and showing that like, okay, we're going to try to be on top of this. And I thought it was really funny because, and someone had mentioned too, this idea of like, Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow were the ones that came up with that phrase to like consciously uncouple.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I think even though that was never said, it's like so a part of the zeitgeist of it.
I think too, it takes the attention off of the staff, right? Who was getting all the attention, which I think was a brilliant move on their part too, to like, okay, we're not going to focus on the CEO or the CMO or whoever it was that was involved, the staff from the company that was involved in all the mess. We're just going to focus on the company as a whole and what we're going to do. Yeah.
And again, to educate as well. Like, I mean, I don't exactly know what Apache Airflow is, but I know that there are some people that definitely
do. Really need to know what that is. The other part of that video was too, she talked about, yes, there are still tickets to our summit.
our summit, our conference.
Yes.
So funny.
So just a way to promote that too, and got a lot of eyes on it. The company already had a lot of bad eyes on it, and I think they did a good job of kind of moving it to
and taking forward the conversation from their perspective of like, all right, we are, and then the scandal is going to be
now we're in control of our own situation.
Totally.
I do want to know how much money they had to spend on
to do a good amount.
Yes, because Gwen had to ask.
Yeah, that was her idea. Leverage. She called and she said, "Hi, Astronomer, let me jump in and do this for you."
Well, and I laughed. Speaking of early 2000s throwback, I saw something the other day that was like, remember when Apple, because her daughter's name
Right.
is Apple.
Right.
That was like a big outcry.
Oh, people are so upset that she named her daughter Apple.
Everyone was like, how is this a name? And now that's almost sounds like
okay,
normal.
normal.
Like,
Right.
yeah. Apple sounds,
Yeah, Apple sounds like a normal name. We have
It's beautiful.
It was Elon that was trying to name his kid like a mathematic equation.
something. Oh my goodness. I didn't hear
Yes.
that.
Yes. It was like X times Y equals something, and they were like, you can't do
Like,
that.
actually, the birth certificate cannot have that.
No, you can't do that. If they won't let me change my name to just Mamie, which I did honestly try to do.
They wouldn't?
Well, they would. Okay, so when I got divorced and I was like, all right, I'm going to change my name, and I don't know. It's just Mamie. My name's just Mamie, and that's what everybody calls me. I don't need a last name. I'm going to be like a Brittany, a Christina. Like I
Right.
was manifesting this
iconic.
life. Yes.
I love it.
And I was like, there's no need for me to have a last name. And so I go to the Social Security office in Statesville. I'm sure they get this all the time.
Right. Naturally.
I
Yes.
was like, I just want a first name. I don't want a last name. And they're like, well, you can do that, but your last name would be no last name. And so on all of my
your,
documents,
like on your driver's license, everything, it would just say Mamie,
no last name. And I was like, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
It reminds me of the Friends. You know, did you watch Friends?
Yes. Princess Consuela,
Banana Hammock.
Mhm. Yes. I've seen that one. So yeah, just a fun fact. If you ever want to just go by your first name,
Just know that their actual last name is no
last
name.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I wonder if that's
Well, that's
like
just for
Cher.
Iredell County. I don't know if everybody else does it the same way. I don't know about California. If
Yeah,
they'll do
like
it the
Los.
same.
I mean, I feel like maybe LA, they're a little looser. They're like,
Yeah.
Cher, you're just Cher.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they let him. Maybe yeah. If I went out to LA to do it, maybe they'd
Beyonce,
do it. You can
no
just
last
be
name.
Beyonce. Beyonce, no last name. And so then sometimes when I'm seeing celebrities that just have that's in my head, I just call them Christina, no last name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of Christina Aguilera, because it just happens. So, all right, there's a new club that started in Chicago.
Okay.
I want to know if we should start this here
let's find
in
out.
Lake Norman. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you can join a Scream Club that started in Chicago. You just walk outside and scream at the lake.
Just at the lake?
At the lake. Just at the lake. So every Sunday, this group lets out a
I was
scream.
having a real bad day with my partner one day. We were walking by the lake, and I just said to her, "Hey, do you want to go scream by the lake?" And she was like, "Yes, let's do it."
Yes.
There were a few people sitting around, and I just said, "Hey, look, we're about to scream into the lake. I'm so sorry
Of
about
course
you.
I do.
Yeah.
Do you want to join us?"
I was
And
hoping
they
you'd
were like,
never, I was
"Yes,
hoping that.
absolutely." So
waiting on someone to ask me this question.
I got like 4 people that day, just on a whim, and we screamed into the lake.
This
A few
guy
people
sounds
cried,
too
and then,
normal
I
to be.
looked right at my girlfriend
He's like,
and said,
Scream
"I think
Club?
it's
Try
time we're
screaming,
gonna
yeah.
start." And
Really grounds him.
Scream Club was born.
He's like, you should have heard me before the scream. Because he's out there.
so calm now.
Because can you
I
imagine?
think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that he's just so calm. So every Sunday evening in Chicago, people gather to let out 3 cathartic screams. Founder Manny Hernandez started the group after a tough day, and now he says it helps them release tension. First comment on here, the fish are like, guys, please stop.
Yeah, relax.
Quiet time. On a Sunday,
On
no
a
less.
Sunday, like I'm trying to get rid of the Sunday scaries before I got to go to fish
And
school
you're
on
out
Monday.
here interrupting.
And you're just out here screaming at me. What did I do to deserve this?
Exactly.
Yes. Would you join the Scream Club?
I conceptually, I enjoyed this idea of like a place you can just go scream. Practically, I'm visualizing it, and I'm just seeing a bunch of people screaming into the lake, and I do feel like it might be more alarming to me if I was just enjoying my lake day.
Yeah.
If a bunch of people just started screaming. I don't know if I would join a club, but I do promote. I like the idea behind it.
All right. If you're looking to start the Scream Club of Lake Norman, contact Skylar.
Yeah.
Find her on Instagram right now.
Yeah.
Just ask her all the details.
Just
and she'll
say
help
how
you.
many. 3 screams. It
3
just seems
screams.
like a very specific. The rules seem clear but specific.
I like to think that he's this calm now, but the day he thought of it, it wasn't
It was
like.
not- well, I'm just picturing, like he said in the videos, like I rounded up 4 people. Like, can you imagine someone just walking around like, "Hey guys, we're gonna scream together." And I do actually think people will be like, "All right, okay,
Why not? Let's do it. All right, guys. We'll be right back with more Good Morning Okay and Traffic with Jeff.
Just like summer romance, will vanish for a sec, then come back messy. What? More Good Morning OKN coming up on WSIC.
Well, the tough heat hangs on as we kick off a new work week around Lake Norman. Actual temperatures will climb up to around 100 this afternoon, maybe even some low 100s, and then you factor in the humidity. It feels like temperatures easily around 105 to 110. Be extra careful if you're out, especially working in the heat. An isolated storm would be possible to cool us off, but it's very hit or miss. Not everybody gets one of those. That'll continue hot with a low storm chance through the rest of the week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series returns to downtown Statesville. Y2K Kids brings a tribute show to the 2000s of pop and rock music. The band covers artists like Bruno Mars, Kelly Clarkson, Lady Gaga, and more. This free concert will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College beginning at 6 p.m. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music with Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. The 500 Club in Statesville presents Member Happy Hour on Friday. Members receive one complimentary drink ticket. Member Happy Hour is every first Friday in the courtyard, weather permitting. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and live entertainment. Downtown Mooresville presents a mashup event of music and food on Saturday. The Festival of Food Trucks begins at 5 p.m. along Main Street. Plus, Liberty Park welcomes 38 Special to the amphitheater. Saturday will be big in downtown Mooresville with the Festival of Food Trucks on Main Street and the 38 Special concert at Liberty Park. Sparks will fly as the metal-mashing 2,000 horsepower machines of the Cookout Monster Truck Bash return to the dirt track at Charlotte for a night of high-flying action. Bring a Cookout Cup for free early access to the pit party beginning at 4:30 p.m. Gates open at 5, while opening ceremonies are at 7. Click on CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for Monster Truck Bash tickets, information on the pit party and ride-alongs, as well as other Speedway events. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Personalized pediatric care at your fingertips. Your pediatrician is just a text or call away. 24/7 support, holistic care, family first focus. That's healthcare at your service. Call or text Dr. Trey at PEDSMD at 980-983-0643.
Warning, no lifeguard on duty. We're back with more Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN 8:18. Skylar, everybody was behaving on the roads at 7:30. Let's see if they still are right now. Let's talk about a better way to ride. Head to rideicats.com if you live in Iredell County and commute to Charlotte. This is your sign. Just $3 each way gets you to the city. No stress, no parking, and you're flying past traffic in the HOV lane with Jeff behind the wheel. Jeff, how's it going?
Good morning. No accidents to report. 77 southbound around Samford Road, Gilead Road. There's some heavy congestion in that area, stop and go traffic. As you get into the city of Charlotte around LaSalle Street, be prepared for some slow traffic in that area, southbound. Northbound around Gilead Road in Huntersville, heavy congestion, slow traffic in that area. Besides that, everything's looking pretty good. Secondary roads, Statesville, Troutman, Mooresville, I've not heard of any issues. So hope everybody has a great week.
Thanks so much, Jeff. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Need to run errands or head to a doctor's appointment? ICATS has you covered. Just $1 from your front door to anywhere in Iredell County. Tuesdays, they'll take you to the VA in Salisbury. Thursdays, Winston-Salem. Fridays to Hickory. Just schedule it. RideICATS.com. All right, Skylar. I talk sometimes about how I grew up in Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a lot. We weren't a big city. Like coming to Eastland Mall on a Friday night to go ice skating and go to the Gap was like the highlight of my 8-year-old life. Yes. But you grew up in California. So what was it like growing up in California?
Well, I grew up, it's in a suburb of like the San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay.
So we were really close. We had a lot of proximity to a lot of stuff, and the city was right there. And, you know, we grew up near going to like big city sports games and events and things. But I talk about it in my stand-up, and I can kind of tell a little bit of a joke that I think that you will relate to, where I talk about, if you like meet me, you might think that I grew up fairly privileged, but actually you would be correct. Because I thought for the longest time that when people said they were going to court, like if someone said I'm going to court, I thought that meant that they had floor seats to go watch like the Lakers play basketball. And so I do joke though that like, before you get the wrong idea about me, if you're listening in, you've never met me, before you get the wrong idea about me, I didn't grow up country club privileged or eggs for breakfast on a weekday privileged. Yeah. I grew up sheltered privileged. So I'm not rich. I'm just stupid. And so I think like we were a very blue collar family growing up. My dad was a garbage man. And I actually got really embarrassed about that when I was younger. And so when people would ask me what my dad did for a living, I would get really quiet and I'd say, I can't talk about it, but he's seen some crap. But yeah, I do. I think that idea of being kind of sheltered, privileged is a thing, and not knowing what you don't know about a lot of stuff. And so I think that is very similar to, like you were saying, growing up in a small town where it's like, wait, what? I have to learn what this means? And, I remember my birthday is April 21st, and someone one time made a comment about the day before, 420, and I didn't know what that meant, and my younger sister had to tell me.
That always makes you feel real smart,
you're
too.
Like, oh, okay, so it's just me then. All right.
I'm the only one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So like growing up for me too, like we would get dressed up to go pick people up from the airport. I love that. It was an event. And we'd be driving to Charlotte and be like, Billy Graham Road, I heard that on the radio.
I know what that is. Yeah.
I've been here. Yes. I would feel so cool and so grown up. But yes, it was when Dad would say Eastland Mall, old mall in Charlotte's been torn down since, but it had an ice skating rink in the middle. And that was it. Like you had made it if your dad was like, get in the car. We're getting in the car and we're going to Eastland Mall, and they have a Gap because our height of sophistication growing up in Cleveland County was Belk. And we had a Cato for a little while too. It did not. A Cato was a women's dress boutique, but on the lowest level possible. Think Walmart's rejects.
Did you
go
have
to Cato.
Mervyn's out
We
here?
did not have Mervyn's.
Okay, see,
out here.
we didn't have Belk, but we
Okay.
had a Mervyn's, and that was. I'm saying the word now sounds so funny, and no one, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, we
knows
didn't
what I'm
have a
saying.
Mervyn's, but Belk was the department store,
Okay.
and that was where you would go if you needed the Easter dress, the outfit. Like
goods.
that was every year you get a new dress for Easter, shoes, socks. I also have 3 sisters, and so why do you need new clothes when your sister's clothes from the
borrowing.
70s fit you just fine?
And you were all close enough in age and size to
close enough in size, not in age. No,
Okay.
yeah, close enough in size. So yes,
where do you fall in the lineup?
I'm number 3 in the lineup.
So you got all
a lot of hand-me-downs. Yes, and most of the time, by the time I went through it, it was so threadbare that my youngest sister, true to form for the younger sister, would get the brand new.
It was
outfit.
like it's time now.
It's time. Yes. We very much fall into that hierarchy of oldest, middle, youngest. The middles are the loudest, which is what you have to do when you're in a family as large as mine. I also have 42 first cousins on my dad's side.
Can you name them all?
I
Not
can
right now,
name them
but-
all. Not right now. It's only a 2-hour show, Skylar. But I can name them all. On my dad's side, we have 42 first cousins, and so the hand-me-downs came from them as well. But it was the ultimate embarrassment to go to the family function and be like, hey, you're wearing my old shirt.
I've seen that before. Well, I have the opposite where my sister and we didn't really have the same style at all, but we would borrow clothes or share clothes. And I have a t-shirt that is hers, fully a John Mayer concert t-shirt that I stole from her, and I would just make sure I never wore it around her. And eventually she was like, hey, that's my shirt. I need it back. And I was like, and it's my favorite shirt.
Mine now.
It's mine now. And we had a whole war over it. But
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It's in my closet now.
You just have one sister, right?
Just one.
Yeah. And so growing up in a house full of girls as well, there was a lot of fighting over clothes and things and possessions, and a lot of, the sneaking, yes. But my youngest sister, her greatest trick was she was quite smaller than me, probably 2 or 3 sizes smaller than me, weighed a total of 80 pounds, I think, in high school. And I was my size in 8th grade. Like this was it.
Yeah,
It was
I'm
like,
fully formed.
I'm this tall, I'm this weight, this is me until I die. And my sister would come in and she would like, I like those pants. And I was like, well, they're definitely not going to fit you.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Hope on the line. Hope used to work at Mervyn's.
Yeah, I wanted to shout it out because all of us people that, shopped at Mervin's are now moving out here.
All right,
Hey,
Hope.
a
How
fellow
is it?
Mervin's
How is
Yeah.
it working at Mervin's?
Oh, it was a great job. They're Dayton Hudson, so they're kind of with Kohl's. And, I spent 14 years there. It was one of the best parts of my life. And for the guests, open. Remember that? We started the clearance sale madness at Mervin's.
Oh,
They
yes,
have the
I
98%
remember.
cle-
I
Yeah.
would be in those dressing rooms with as many clothes as I could take in there.
I know, right? Yeah, because when you can buy a shirt for 98 cents brand new, you do it.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
sweat through it.
98 cents. Oh, my goodness, Hope. Wow.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, we'd have to put. I was a visual manager for a while, and you'd had to put 12 helium balloons on each clearance rack so everyone could find them, and it was just. But it was a really good job. I can just say that Mervin's has been a good company, as I knew it. She kind of went away, but Kohl's is your next best bet.
All right. So
As
you
far
can
as
compare it to a Kohl's or one of those,
Okay.
a Belk or one
Yeah.
of those other kind of
Yeah.
department stores. All right. That helps us who grew up here, Hope.
But
I
I gotta
appreciate you.
say, those hand-me-downs from my brothers, those weren't cool to wear sometimes.
No.
tell
Oh,
ya.
well, I guess I was at least lucky, Hope, that I had sisters. I was
Right.
getting dresses and not Levi's
Who
jeans.
knows what? Yeah, you have to do some,
and
some
flannel
tailoring.
shirts. Absolutely. Thank you so much,
Good.
Hope.
Well, you guys are doing a great job. Have a great day.
Thanks, you
Thanks, Hope.
too. All right, we've got another new thing that is coming to Lake Norman. We have the Girls Power Flag Football of Mooresville.
Ooh.
Brand new, that is coming to Lake Norman for the very first time. Logan sent, and you can read more about this at lakenormanwoman.com on our blog this week. But Logan Sandante is a Charlotte native, former college soccer player, and is now the founder of Girl Power Flag Football, the first all-girls NFL flag league in the Lake Norman area. So she's looking to create opportunities for girls to compete, grow in confidence, and build community through a sport. I think that's such a cool
I
thing
love
that she's
that.
doing. Yeah.
Is it youth or all women or what?
It is a
ages?
youth. It's a youth league right
okay.
now. Yes.
Like, so Skylar,
No,
it's your
sorry,
past your
Skylar,
time.
you've missed
You
your
cannot
chance for
play.
this one. I'm
Maybe
sure
I
that
could coach. Who
you
knows?
could coach. I'm sure. Were you into sports when you were?
I
in?
am a huge sports girly. I
Okay.
love sports. I was a cheerleader,
Okay.
which I was going to be my next question. Do they have? I'm sure there's youth cheer leagues.
I'm
out
sure
there,
they
but-
need. Yes, I'm sure they
but
need.
we got to get
cheerleaders.
some cheerleaders
Yeah.
out there.
Okay. You can lend your support in that and coach
I can
the cheer
help
team.
teach some people how to spell, LETSGO. Let's go.
Let's go, Gauche.
Yes, let's go, Gauche. That will be our team name, Gauche.
Yes, the
Yeah,
Gauche.
the Gauche
A
Riders.
lot of lefties. Yeah.
A lot of lefties.
Yeah, a lot of lefties.
Lot of
Pretty
lefties.
awkward socially, yeah.
Yeah, but great quarterbacks, right?
Yes.
Is it-
Excellent.
Really
Yes.
good at football.
Are there
yes.
any left-handed quarterbacks?
They're obviously rare. Yeah.
Rare.
There's some of them out there though. No, but I think this is so cool and something. I did not play sports in college. I was tried to play music. High school. I'm sorry. I tried to play music. Horrible at it. My parents, so also with 4 girls. You pick exactly. You pick one thing and you stick with it.
That was
Like,
your thing.
You're 12. What is your thing going to be now?
Did
From
they?
now to
Was
the
it
rest of
like
your
that?
life?
It was being sorted into a hobby or a sport. It's like here you go. What's
Yes.
your thing? When you're 12?
Violin, and
Okay.
I was absolutely horrible. And I tried as hard as I
Violin,
could.
Strings are hard.
It was not the right. I should have picked like drum
Well,
or
'cause
something.
With the violin, you have to like tune it
Yes.
and then play it.
And if you ever heard somebody play violin badly, it's really
It's
bad.
like bad improv,
It's
right?
very yes,
Like,
it is
ooh.
very bad and very hard to listen to. My dad's a musician, and so he really
was
pushes into
encouraging,
that. My
yeah.
mom didn't really play sports either, and so she was a singer. Her and dad met actually forming a band together is how they met. So they were very musically inclined.
And you did not.
I
get
did
the
not
dream.
get the gift. My other sisters can sing really well. My daughter sings and plays instruments. It completely skipped me. So I was all about just where are we going and what are we doing this weekend? Like
Yeah.
I'm the social girl. Like I'm the party planner. But this, I think I could have gotten into
You could
flag
have done
football. I
flag
could have done
football.
that. Yes, I could have channeled some
I-
energy into that.
I
For
do
sure.
think it's a good and it's football. I love too because there's strategy and athleticism, and it's there's a lot of I think a lot of the skills you learn playing football or watching football makes you a strategic thinker. So I think
Yeah.
that'll be really positive.
Yeah, I think it'll be really cool for the girls in the area. So to find more about that, you can check out Lake Norman Woman Magazine on Instagram or Facebook, and you can go to our website as well, lakenormanmagazine.com. We'll be right back. We got Zoom Room coming up next.
Ooh.
We'll be right back with more Good Morning LKN and zero judgment about your dirty dishes. Spotless cleaning gets it. WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the tough heat hangs on as we kick off a new work week around Lake Norman. Actual temperatures will climb up to around 100 this afternoon, maybe even some low 100s, and then you factor in the humidity. It feels like temperatures easily around 105 to 110. Be extra careful if you're out, especially working in the heat. An isolated storm would be possible to cool us off, but it's very hit or miss. Not everybody gets one of those. That'll continue hot with a low storm chance through the rest of the week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Have you taken the Desco Challenge? Desco is where the professional goes for electrical supplies.
My name is Ashley. I just redid the lighting in my home, and the customer experience at Desco was second to none.
See for yourself at DescoInc.com.
Harrison's is the home of Work Western, and wow! For nearly 30 years, our family has been boots on the ground when it comes to work. We have the largest selection of in-stock boots in the Carolinas and the best workwear brands like Harriet, Carhartt, and Wrangler. Find us on Norman Station Boulevard in Mooresville.
Jay White here from Central Line Realty. We're right in the center of North Carolina, and we put you at the center of everything we do. If you're selling a home, buying a home, or adding doors to your rental portfolio, put the team at Central Line Realty to work for you. Go to centrallinerealty.com and let's get started.
I'll be honest. I wanted to be a diva. Why feel guilty? Let me help you be a diva for a few hours a week. Yes, I'm Andrea, owner of Spotless Cleaning. Our guarantee? It is very special. If you're unhappy, we'll do it again. Still unhappy? Your fee is donated to a charity of your choice. The Docinho de Coco guarantee. To honor my grandparents, who taught me both a spotless house and time to live life big are important. Spotless Cleaning and C.com.
Hey folks, you know Randy Marion is the king of price when it comes to buying a new vehicle or a pre-owned vehicle, but how about king of price when it comes to the service department? Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville, Randy Marion Ford Lincoln in Statesville has you covered on tires, brakes, batteries, wipers, you name it. Any service you need on your vehicle, regardless of the make or model, come see Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville Service Department or Randy Marion Ford Lincoln Service Department today.
Take your life by the reins and let the horses at Willow Equine heal and empower you. Located in Mooresville, our services help with trauma, anxiety, depression, and addiction. Love life again. Visit willowequine.com today.
The best talk all day long.
WSIC.
Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Boeing could have a strike on its hands soon at its St. Louis defense hub after workers there rejected a proposed contract. They voted down a deal that would have boosted their wages by 20% over 4 years. The union, which represents some 3,200 workers, said the proposal fell short of addressing the priorities and sacrifices of Boeing's skilled workforce. There would be no strike just yet. There's a 7-day cooling off period before local workers could walk out. A company executive said Boeing was disappointed that members voted down what he described as the richest contract ever offered to the union. Union Pacific is said to be closing in on a deal to acquire Norfolk Southern Railroad soon in what would be the largest ever merger in the rail industry. Sources tell Bloomberg that the deal is likely to include both cash and stock. Stock futures were rising this morning after President Donald Trump reached a trade deal with the European Union. U.S. stocks notched 5 straight all-time highs last week. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Who is this? This is 105.9 100.7.
WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN is back with more shenanigans and spotless cleaning support because this show's messier than your kitchen. WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN 8:34. You know, Skylar, Lake Norman loves their dogs.
They do.
They love their dogs. They love their pets. And we have one of the best places to take your pets here with us. Karen from Zoom Room in Huntersville joins us. Karen, thanks so much for coming back.
Thank you.
It is hot outside. And for those of us who don't have furry coats on all the time, it's hot for us. So I can only imagine the dogs. So what is it about Zoom Room that is great? This time of year, you can beat the heat, right?
Yeah. So we're an indoor dog training gym. We've got about a 1,700 square foot gym. And then we also have a retail section as well. But we offer not only group classes during the summer, which is a great time to come and bond with your dog in classes. We actually, you can rent the gym. So you can run a private gym. You can come, we can set up the agility equipment. You and your dog can have fun. You can bring a friend and their dog. So we just have a lot of customers that are doing that right now just to beat the heat.
Your dogs still need exercise, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to leave them sitting on the couch all day.
And you definitely don't want to be walking them during midday because
No.
that is too hot.
Not just that, but the pavement gets so hot. I saw some dogs with shoes on over the
Oh,
weekend
yeah.
because the pavement was so hot. They didn't want their dogs' little feet to burn.
I know. I've got some of those for my dogs, and they look so funny trying to walk
Trying to walk around
I
in
know.
them for sure.
They're like, Mom, what have you done to me?
Why are you putting me?
So we love whenever you come in, and we love Zoom Room and what you do for the community. You've been such a great community partner as well, just in the short time since you've been open since March. But tell, if nobody's heard of you before, tell kind of the range of what you guys do, from puppy classes all the way to pup lattes.
Yes. So we are an all positive dog training gym. So we work with verbal cues, or we work with clickers, which are a cue to the dog that, when we ask them to do something like sit, and they do that, we click and we treat. So we're all about being positive, having a positive
Pun
experience.
intended.
Yeah. And we also, our motto is we don't train dogs, we train the people who love them.
Smart.
So we're all about teaching you what to do with your dog so you can go home and practice with your dog. And so you get that bonding and you also get that training. We're not one of these places where you kind of send your dog off for 2 weeks, somebody else trains your dog, and then you come back and your dog's not listening to you because they were listening to the person that trained them. So we're all about that. And we offer such a wide variety. So we start with puppies as young as 8 weeks old, as long as they've had their first vaccinations. We sanitize our gym with veterinarian grade sanitizer. So we're killing all those germs. And then we go all the way up to, we've had a 14-year-old dog doing agility. So
Oh my
we
gosh.
have puppy classes, we have puppy agility. Then we have for adult dogs obedience, we have agility, we have tricks classes, we have scent work where they learn to find things with their nose. We have an enrichment and discovery class, which is kind of like if you think about when you go to the gym and you have a circuit class, you're doing legs, you're doing arms. We're doing different types of things in that circuit class for the dog. And then we also have the pup lattes, which you mentioned, which is kind of a copyrighted by Zoom Room. And it is a class all about, we have these big inflatable peanuts, we have inflatable discs. So we're getting them on these inflatables, we're getting them to stretch. It builds their core, which is good for if they want to do more agility and get more serious about agility, as well as for the older dogs, it helps with arthritis and kind of keeping them limber. So it's a lot of fun. Once people do it and they see their dog balancing on this big peanut, they're like, "Oh my gosh, he's amazing!"
Yes, my dog's amazing.
I know. And some of our clients actually go out and buy the equipment so they
So
can
they can do it
practice
at
at
home.
home. Yeah, just like in agility, we have a lot of our clients who have backyard agility or indoor agility, and they come in and they do a lot of practice. But we also do the private gyms, like I mentioned. We do birthday parties. We
Now,
have
are these dog birthday
Yes,
parties
we
or are these
do.
people birthday
People-
parties?
dog
'Cause
birthday parties.
We are fully in favor of celebrating dog birthdays.
Yes.
Yes.
We just had one of our employees, his dog turned 5, and he had a big old party at the Zoom Room. So we've got a couple parties coming up, so you can do that. And you can invite up to 10 dogs, and you can invite as many people as you want. So we kind of set up the facility for you and let your dog have a blast.
That's so
Do
fun.
they make friends? Do the dogs make friends
So we
in
do.
class?
That's a great question because we have play groups.
Oh my
So
gosh.
for dogs that, especially puppies, oh my gosh, we had the cutest little play group. It was a little Dachshund puppy and a little
my
poodle
gosh.
puppy, and they were just, oh, it's just so cute.
My
But-
dog does have friends in the neighborhood too. Like she knows who she likes and
know.
she knows who she doesn't
Oh,
like
yeah,
too. Yeah.
So we in our play groups, especially adult play groups, they do need to go through an evaluation process. We want to make sure that they're good players, and so once they start playing, though, it's kind of funny who gravitates to who. Or
yeah.
sometimes someone will get too much of a crush on another one, and we might have to separate them for a little bit. But our trainers are in the gym. You're in the gym with your dog too. You have to have loose knees because when they get zooming, you don't want to get when they crash into you.
Oh, I believe that.
But yeah, so they have a really good time, and it's just fun to watch them with their little friends.
What are the requirements for a dog to come? You mentioned the puppies, they have to have their first shots, but are there any other requirements for a dog to come to Zoom Room?
Yeah, so they need to be able to, they have to have their up-to-date rabies, up-to-date DHHP, and up-to-date Bordetella.
And how do you know that? Do you ask the dog?
Yes, we ask the dog's parents. So they can either, we have an online system where they can schedule the class, because that's another thing is we offer the classes many times throughout the week. It fits your schedule. We're not dictating that you come at 3 o'clock on a Saturday for 6 weeks. You come when you can. And so you can either bring your vaccinations, proof of the vaccinations when you come, or you can upload it into the system.
Right. And you guys have a really fun event coming, or a special happening right now. Is that right?
Yes.
Christmas in July.
Yes, we do. We are offering 10% off of all our packages. We have a wide variety of packages if you just want to start small and do like 5 classes a month, or if you want to, do a bunch of classes all throughout the year. We have various different packages. And then we have a retail section, which is really dedicated to training with treats, enrichment toys, harnesses, leashes. All of those are 10% off through the end of the month.
Okay. And you don't have to be a member or do anything special. You just have to come into Zoom Room and sign up. Yeah, that's so fun. And that's just through the end of this week then.
The end of July.
The end of July. So yeah, ends this week. So you guys go out to Zoom Room, book with Karen. All right. I want you to talk to me about the scent classes. I think we touched on a little bit last time, but my dog is a sniffer. Like, she will prefer to go and sniff the front yard and be done with her walk. Like, she'll get more tired just from her little sniff activity than just from like a hour walk.
Yeah, and it just works, like you said, their brain, and it works their nose. I mean, they have such stronger sense of smell than we do. We start the class with, we have different boxes, and then we have the one box we call the hot box, and that's where the treats go into. So we have about 8 boxes. The trainer will put some treats in the hot box, and then we tell the dog to go in and find it. So my little doodle, he just loves it. So he goes and finds it, gets the treats, and then we throw more treats in there and say, good job, good job. And then we walk away. The trainer mixes up the boxes, and we start that way. And then eventually we introduce, we have scent 10s, which contain anise and birch smell. And we mix we put that in the hot box with the treats. So then they kind of find that. And then we eventually take the treats away from the hot box. And then they learn to find just that scent. And then we get more, we graduate from the boxes and we hide it throughout the gym so that they're really trying to find it. And then at the end, we may go and hide it in a car or something like that, where they have to find it kind of outside of the gym. And it really, it's a lot of fun. Some people may get more serious and eventually want to have their dog do search and rescue or something like that. But it's just a way to get them started to see if they really like it.
And you said like each dog has its own thing. Some dogs want to do agility. Your doodle likes the scent class, didn't like the agility at all.
I wonder if dogs are like, some learn differently, where it's like, okay, maybe you don't have as much potential in this as you do in this other thing.
I know. And that's why that circuit class I mentioned is so important, because we have a little agility component of it. We have a scent component. We have a Pilates component. We have a tricks component. So it's the best of every class. And so you can really see, oh, gosh, besides obedience, maybe I want to do tricks because my dog just loves to do tricks. So you really can kind of see what your dog might
And
like.
you can really just go and hang out and enjoy the AC at Zoom Room Huntersville and let your dog run around and get all their energy out while they're there too. This
And
week
make friends.
especially. Yes, make friends. Now, my dog, though, she is a little dog. She's 30 pounds, but she thinks she's a big dog. Can we find a room space for her?
Yes. So
she tends to bully the little one. She doesn't know how
does she?
small
She's
she
like,
is.
I'm not friends with
Yeah,
you
she's
guys.
like, no, I'm a
know.
big girl.
Yeah, we do split the play groups into size. But we found, like yesterday, my doodle did a play group with a big, almost 60-some pound, 7-month-old Bernedoodle. And then we had a little Australian Shepherd, and they all played really well together. But we do kind of start with we have small breed play groups, and then small puppy play groups, and then larger ones, because we have some huge puppies. That puppy's 60-some pounds. We wouldn't want to put it with a little, 5-pound Yorkie. So we just try to make sure that we're matching size and temperament. Dogs play differently. Some are really rough. Some are very vocal. Some just like to be chased.
Yeah.
So we try to really match styles
Like,
as
yeah,
well.
sorority rush.
Yeah, no,
There you
exactly.
go. There you go.
Best
Netflix
fit.
documentary coming
I know.
soon. Yes. All right, Karen, thank you so much for coming. Check out Zoom Room Huntersville. Check out Go Get Cool this summer. Let your dogs play around, and check out their Christmas in July special going on right now through the end of July. Thanks so much, Karen.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with more Good Morning LKN and zero judgment about your dirty dishes. Spotless Cleaning gets it. WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, the tough heat hangs on as we kick off a new work week around Lake Norman. Actual temperatures will climb up to around 100 this afternoon, maybe even some low 100s, and then you factor in the humidity. It feels like temperatures easily around 105 to 110. Be extra careful if you're out, especially working in the heat. An isolated storm would be possible to cool us off, but it's very hit or miss. Not everybody gets one of those. That'll continue hot with a low storm chance through the rest of the week. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series returns to downtown Statesville. Y2K Kids brings a tribute show to the 2000s of pop and rock music. The band covers artists like Bruno Mars, Kelly Clarkson, Lady Gaga, and more. This free concert will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College beginning at 6 p.m. Beer, wine, soft drinks, and food will be available for purchase beginning at 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of music with Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. The 500 Club in Statesville presents Member Happy Hour on Friday. Members receive one complimentary drink ticket. Member Happy Hour is every first Friday in the courtyard, weather permitting. Visit the 500 Club online for more information on the Victory Lane Sports Bar and Grill, tea times, and live entertainment. Downtown Mooresville presents a mashup event of music and food on Saturday. The Festival of Food Trucks begins at 5 p.m. along Main Street. Plus, Liberty Park welcomes 38 Special to the amphitheater. Saturday will be big in downtown Mooresville with the Festival of Food Trucks on Main Street and the 38 Special concert at Liberty Park. Sparks will fly as the metal-mashing 2,000 horsepower machines of the Cookout Monster Truck Bash return to the dirt track at Charlotte for a night of high-flying action. Bring a Cookout Cup for free early access to the pit party beginning at 4:30 p.m. Gates open at 5, while opening ceremonies are at 7. Click on CharlotteMotorspeedway.com for Monster Truck Bash tickets, information on the pit party and ride-alongs, as well as other Speedway events. Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Babe, dinner's ready.
Ladies.
Babe, dinner's ready.
Ever feel like your husband just isn't listening?
Dinner's ready.
Maybe he just can't hear.
Babe.
It's time to turn up the volume on life. Beltone in Mooresville and Cornelius can help with a free hearing test and expert solutions tailored for you. Call 877-HEAR-123 today. That's 877-HEAR-123. Don't wait. Call 877-432-7123 and bring back the sound of love.
Back like mosquitoes and flip-flops. This is Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN 848. Skylar, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. This has been so fun.
This has been so fun. I know it goes by really, really fast. And now Patrick Reynolds is joining us because up next is the Home Ed Show. Patrick with a fresh stash. This is new. I've not seen this before.
I've never had this before.
You've never done a mustache
I've never
before.
had a mustache.
All right, what was
before.
the inspo on that?
I was away for the weekend.
Yeah.
At GalaxyCon in Raleigh with my daughter.
Okay.
So we cosplayed for 3 days. We went for four-day festival. We cosplayed for 3. Yesterday's cosplay was Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers.
From Bob's Burgers.
So I went full in commitment on the costume, and I dressed the part, and I shaved my beard off, and just left the mustache. I have
Can you
never
look at
had it.
yourself in the mirror yet? Does it still?
Do you catch
does it
yourself
feel
by
like, oh,
surprise?
that's not me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still, I just did it yesterday morning for the
Yeah. Oh,
first
so it's
time. I've
very
never done
fresh.
this, and I'm still looking at brushing my teeth this morning. I was doing a double take when I looked
Yeah.
in the
How long do you think
glass.
you're going to keep it? Is it going to be a permanent thing, or you think
No.
you're going to freak yourself out?
No, actually, by coincidence, we have planned a video shoot tomorrow for Waves Entertainment, and part of it involves me visiting a spa by coincidence. So I may just shave the mustache off so I
There
have a
you go.
clean face, and then Tuesday night or Wednesday decide, all right, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
Do I want to regrow the beard, stay
Yes.
clean shaven, grow
I know.
the
I haven't
stash?
seen you
I don't
clean
know.
shaven in a long time either. So yeah, it's just a new look for Patrick.
Yeah, I've had I was clean shaven my entire life until about 2-3 years ago. I grew the beard on a dare.
Oh, and you kept it for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, it was. But I remember it was a social media back and forth with me and some of the guys from Waves. I don't remember what we were talking about, but one of them said, "I don't know. I don't think you can grow a beard because I'm kind of like follically challenged." So I was always clean shaven. So I said, "Well, let me try. Really, I've never had." And then it stuck for 3 years, and now I just have a mustache. I don't know if I got the Magnum PI thing going on or that fuzzy caterpillar is no, dude, get rid of it. I don't know. I've gotten
Magnum
mixed
PI
reviews
look
from
though. Gosh, he had the mustache, but you got to have like the whole look. I think to go Magnum PI. I think you got to have the white shirt with the collar pop, the sunglasses, the Ray-Bans, and the convertible too.
I wish I had the Ferrari.
Fully commit. Yeah,
I got to sell a little more, I guess, for the station. Get me a Ferrari.
Keep working on it, Patrick.
Yeah,
Keep working on it. All right, Skylar. Patrick has been teaching me since I started working here almost 2 years ago. NASCAR 101. I've yet to graduate to 102.
Still stuck in 101.
Still working on it. But I feel
lap.
like Brickyard this weekend, finally, like they're coming down to my level.
Okay.
Because the Grand Marshal at Brickyard, did you see who it was?
Was it Cookie Monster?
It was
the
Cookie
Cookie
Monster.
Monster.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
we've got a video of Cookie Monster introducing the race, and I think they finally have been listening. They must be listening to the show.
Sesame Street, it's Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a sweet day for racing and for cookies. Nom, 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 nom. Drivers, to your cars.
The Grand Marshal for
All right.
today's
Aren't they supposed to say
PPG
start your
Brickyard
engines?
400.
That's what a Grand Marshal
from
usually
Sesame
does.
Street,
Skylar,
it's
you were
Cookie
there. Can you add
Monster.
some
Yes,
context?
Skylar was
I
there.
actually think there was a little bit of a controversy of what got shown on TV or versus what
Okay.
happened in person. But
Okay.
somebody said someone, I can't confirm if it was Cookie Monster, said start your engines because I didn't see the visual. I just heard the start your engines. So I can't 100% confirm if he did say it, but that is the Grand Marshal's job. So I don't know what
Somebody said it. We don't know.
maybe
if it-
maybe Cookie Monster got distracted with
Yeah.
some cookies and
It's very possible.
someone else
I get
had to
distracted with
step in.
cookies quite often.
Oh, certainly.
That's never a problem of mine. Yes, thoughts on Cookie Monster being the Grand Marshal. Patrick has lots of opinions on NASCAR. Yeah, so would love to hear your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on
Yeah.
it right now. I'm like on the fence. I'm like, gosh, that is so silly. Why are we doing that? Yeah, it would appeal to kids.
Oh, the
and you want to get
kids did love it.
you know,
Kids or girls in their 40s.
yeah, and I mean, let's call it NASCAR is like been throwing spaghetti at the wall for years to try to get new eyes on the sport because they've driven so many eyes away from the sport on their own. So the fact that they're trying this, I'm like, gosh, that's silly, but yeah, at the same time, why not give it a shot? It's like, oh, it's kind of cool. So I'm kind of like swirling back and forth. That might be a bad answer, but I'm like, was it cool? Was it not?
Well, I know a lot of the drivers, like Bubba Wallace, who won the race.
Yeah.
His son. There's a great photo with his son and the Cookie Monster, and I think a lot of the families of the drivers and everyone really enjoyed having Cookie Monster.
I
there,
would
so.
lose my mind if I got to meet Cookie Monster in person, honestly. Even if, spoiler alert, I know it's a puppet. Even if, I know, right? Even if the puppeteer was there, I would still just be looking directly into Cookie Monster's eyes and believing that he was 100% real. I would be
It's Cookie
ecstatic.
Monster.
Right.
You know?
Who doesn't love Cookie Monster?
Yeah, I love Cookie Monster. It's just out of
Except
the
when he switched over to
context when we-
vegetables for a little bit, but now he's back on cookies. So
Yeah.
I don't know that Cookie Monster cared about the race more than he cared about the cookies.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's me too sometimes.
yeah, so
Yeah.
relatable. And there you go.
See,
Helps
you're
with your-
bringing me into the sport. It's helping me. It's helping me learn.
The couch, the cookies, the recliner, the race. It's the NASCAR nap
There you
menu
go.
there.
Oh,
You know?
no, that
It
is.
is. I did have a friend in Vegas. She came out and sat up on the pit box, and I have a picture of she fell asleep during the race because she's like, it's just very soothing sound.
It is
Yeah.
that white
until they
noise.
start wrecking.
I will
Yeah.
say yes. I think we have ranked before the best sports naps. NASCAR is
Gotta be up
golf
there.
is number one. NASCAR's number two. Football's three for me. That's and baseball
Yeah.
is just instantly asleep. It's not even a nap.
Not
It's
nap.
just-
That's full REM cycle. Yeah.
just instantly asleep. Watching
Yeah.
on TV. Now I don't know that I could fall
Yeah.
asleep at a race.
Oh, she
though.
was out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
that lovely white noise. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Indianapolis Motor Speedway is an interesting track. That oh boy, how it's built with so much in the infield. I described it when first time I was at Indy. Well, no, first time I was at Indy, I was with a crew. But like the first time I sat in the grandstands, I went to the Indy 500 in 2007. I sat in the grandstands, and I described it as watching cars go around a building.
Yeah.
How you only see your section, even though it's an oval.
Okay.
Even though it's an oval where you've been to Charlotte Motor
Yes.
Speedway, so you can sit in the grandstand and see the entire track.
Right.
There is absolutely no seat at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that allows you to see
the whole
track. You're at best half the track, no matter
Really?
where you are, because of the construction of the track. The infield is just built up.
Like its own little. There's a golf course inside the track.
Inside the track.
There's an 18-hole golf course there, and the Brickyard Crossing is what it's called. And 4 of those holes are on the infield
Oh my
of
goodness.
the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So you cannot see all the way around the track no matter where you are. So my first, you bring up the noise. When I first sat in the Speedway, in the grandstands, and the start of the race, the cars roared away, and they went around turns 1 and disappeared on the short chute in between turns 2, and it got quiet. You could not hear the cars.
Wow.
And it's about a 35, 40-second lap for an Indy car around that place. And they come roaring through back into my vision in the short chute between 3 and 4, and you hear that soft whine, and then the field roars by for lap 1. Roaring, deafening noise, which I think is awesome. But then they disappeared again around turn 1, and it got quiet again. I have there's no racetrack.
There's no other track like that?
No oval. Road courses,
okay,
yeah.
road courses, yeah.
They will go by and disappear off into the countryside or around city streets, and then they come back at you. But on an oval, no, it's very unique with Indy. Interesting place. I love it. I love the history of that
now
place.
you're making me rethink the stands for our LKN 760. Where are people going to sit to enjoy the race?
Yeah, with a race like that, it'd be like a road course where
Yeah.
you sit in a section and you say a
watch
section.
your
there.
section.
Yeah.
Have you talked with Skylar?
I have not told Skylar my whole
was gonna
idea
say,
for
what is
this. I've
this?
always
We
got-
need to, yeah. You're
I got
gonna
new
like this.
ideas, and we'll get your thoughts on this one. LKN 760, exit 23 to exit 36. You get on 77, you have to take every diverging diamond,
Oh goodness.
and then exit 30 with the circles. You got to go around the
This is
circles.
driving.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is driving, but it's only mom cars that are allowed. So you got to
Only
be in
mom
an
cars.
SUV with the third row
And you need a bumper
or a
sticker
minivan.
on the back.
And you definitely have to have, my kid is a great student,
Mhm.
bumper sticker on the back of your car. Absolutely. Yes.
And
in
you
for
have to
this one?
stop at Target and make it and get it.
Oh, that's a new one. That's the pit stops
Ooh.
at
the
Target.
pit stops at Target. Exactly.
At Target on exit 25.
Instead of like a 4-tire maximum stop, you spend $300
Yes,
or something like
exactly.
that.
Definitely.
As fast as you
You
can.
have to get the
You have to
essentials.
buy things you don't need.
Go
Yes,
into the grocery
absolutely.
store and get the ingredients for dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
not buy the one thing that you stopped at Target
Exactly.
originally.
Absolutely.
That's the recipe.
Really, the biggest challenge is which line do I choose when it's time
Correct.
to get
And
in the
that's it.
Target. Yeah.
Which I've never questioned my instincts more than when I have to
always
pick
pick
a
the wrong
line.
one.
Yeah.
Always pick the wrong one.
See,
yes.
one lap could be a race there. There's a lot going on in your idea for a race,
This
man.
is true. But you
I
made the
think-
mistake of saying the numbers instead of the sign names. Remember?
Oh.
I'm not from here, so I still don't
I'm
use
so sorry.
exit
Yes, we
numbers.
use exit numbers here
know.
instead of sign names. Exit 25 is Sanford.
Okay,
You'll
that's
get
my
it though.
exit.
Yeah, you'll
I
get
don't
it. So 23 is the first Huntersville exit. 36 is the
Okay.
last Mooresville exit, and we talking exit numbers here.
Yep.
Although I've heard the next generation is not doing that as much. They're just saying road names because they're used to GPS instead
Telling
of
you
having to
when to
get
exit.
instructions. Yeah, so they're used to that instead.
Now, Skylar, I heard on the way in, you're a California born and
I am
raised. Right?
California
I'm a
girl.
Connecticut guy born
Okay.
and raised. So New England, we used exit numbers as
You did?
well. Yeah,
Okay.
we used exit. But
Okay.
they weren't mileage relevant. So exit 1 was wherever it was. and
Wherever it
exit
was.
2 could have been 10 miles
You
down
just,
the road.
it was up to.
They were
yeah.
sequentially numbered from one end of the state to the other. And here, the miles make sense to me. Like,
There's
oh,
miles involved in.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's
The
how many,
exit-
the exit numbers is how many miles is this to the next
Wait,
exit.
Yeah,
What?
it's roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
I-77,
roughly.
the exit numbers, how many miles you are from the South Carolina border.
So now you know.
My mind is blown.
So exit 30, you're 30 miles from South
Wow.
Carolina border.
And
See, and-
exit 30 to 36, 6 miles.
6 miles. In between. Yeah, so that's how you know how far it is to where
That
you're
is
going.
a trivia fact no one has said in the time that I've been here.
I'm
This-
so
Bill,
glad.
run a mic in here. I want to drop it real quick. A cheap one. I don't want to break the expensive stuff.
I am so glad we could teach you so much today, Skylar. Thank you so much for joining us today. Up next, we have Patrick with the Home Ad Show. Lots more shows happening today. I don't have my lineup in front of me, but you can listen to Patrick coming up next. Skylar, thanks so much. If people want to follow you, where can they find you?
I'm on social media, shocking, SSCHOCKING. Yeah.
Everywhere
I'm
on
on there.
social media. Yeah, find her, listen to her, go hang out with her. All right. Thanks so
come to a
much,
show.
Skylar.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Christine Patterson is our co-host tomorrow from iHeart Mooresville. Look forward to hanging out with you all this week. And Patrick's up next on the Home Ad Show.
I'm mad.
Great job, Skylar.
Thanks, you guys. This was so fun.
Serving